Boundaries, they are lines, borders, permissible safety lines that we create around ourselves, that we communicate to other people so they know how far they can come and how far we permit them to go. Hi, I'm Lucy and you're welcome to Family Unbox. Borders and boundaries are things that are very essential in human relationship and interaction. And it is very important that you and I create boundaries around our lives. Boundaries are the marks, the demarcation of importance that we put around ourselves, that we communicate to other people. First, we communicate to ourselves, this is how far I want to be, and this is how far I want other people to be around me. So there are things that you don't like, and there are things that you like. You have to put that out and communicate that clearly to those in your life and those who are coming into your life. If you do not have boundaries, people will hop in and bring in whatever they have, garbage, blessings, and dump it in you. And you become the receiving ground of everything and anything. So it is necessary we create boundaries around ourselves, because when we do, people respect us and treat us and interface with us by those boundaries. And you likewise will treat others and relate with them by those boundaries. I've had people come into my life, and one of the earliest conversations will be, how would you like me to treat you? I love it when people ask me that, because it shows me that the person respects me and would want to respect me. And then we'll grow conversations. What is it you like? What is it you don't like? What would I do that would hurt you? What is it you don't like in people? What would I say? And then I in the course of conversation, we ask ourselves those questions just to understand ourselves. Now, relationships are in levels. I knew this many years ago. I would like to communicate same to you. You don't allow everybody to your bedroom. It is not everybody you bring into your inner chamber either. So if you live in a house where you've got 2 living rooms, there are people you keep in the first living room, and there are people you take even into the second living room. There are people you take into your bedroom. There are relationships you attend to them just by the door. You deal with that, you handle them there, and you leave. All of this is to say that boundaries and the relationship we have with people gives us the allowance to know how far we go with them. I have people in my life that with them I lose caution. I just lose it. I just become, I don't care. I'm just there. And there are people in my life, I'm straight. You don't want to miss it. You want to be official. You want to be put together. And there are people I don't want to be put together with them. Like when I try to be put together, they're like, excuse me, are you acting up with me? So with those people, the boundaries are there. That is not to say they don't respect the boundaries, but it's not upheld tight. And the reason it's not upheld tight is not because we've built special bond. It's because we have both understood and respected our boundaries to the point where we really don't need to echo it. There are people you tell your boundaries, you reiterate it, you communicate it over and again, but they're just meant on disregarding the boundary. They feel, who are you? Why should you set that boundary? Those set of people, watch carefully, because the day you stand your ground, and you should stand your ground, at telling them no, they walk away and then they make you feel you're the one who has hurt them. They are the one who's been hurting you. They are the ones who have not respected your boundaries. They are the ones you've been telling, don't talk to me like this. Don't treat me like this. Don't hold me like this. I don't want to be talked to. I don't want to be held like this. They don't listen. They do it over and again. And the day you stand your ground and say, listen, you've been doing this for this long and I don't want it. If you want us to be together as friends, you got to fix this part of you or I will not be in this. They walk away and make you feel like a bad person. If that has happened to you, it's happening to you, you're handling that now, do not feel bad. They won't respect you even if you give them the chance to come back. If you lessen the boundaries, they would cross even more. They won't respect you. There are friends you can lessen your boundaries with. There are relationships you can lessen some part of your boundaries. But trust me, those people will still respect you. They won't even go beyond it. Those are worthy of relationship. I want to quickly say that for those who don't respect boundaries, it is probably because they weren't raised with that. And this is where this video comes very strongly to me. We have to raise our children setting boundaries for them. Let them know boundaries, let them know the importance of staying, and let them learn to respect the boundaries at home so that they can create their own boundaries and respect other people's boundaries. Remember, this whole space that we are is a collaborative space. You need me, I need you. They will grow up needing people, and the way it can work is when we respect one another. Set boundaries at home. And don't be afraid to say no. One thing I've told myself and I tell my children is that no is a good word. Do not feel bad when you say no. Of course, you will say no nicely, but then if the person won't listen to your no's nicely, I think it's time to really say it firmly and hard, and say it firmly and hard. Boundaries are okay. Boundaries are what gives us who we are. Countries, nations, they have boundaries. Towns, provinces, they have the borders, the boundaries, that keeps this person away from that person. It is okay. There's nothing bad about it. However, for those who would not respect your boundaries, for those who would make you feel guilty because you told them you'd rather be treated this way, let them go if they have to go. There's no big deal. I agree. Look, I'm an advocate of togetherness. We need ourselves. But hey, if you won't treat me respectfully the way I would want you to treat me, I don't know what you want. Because if you being in my life means I lower myself every day and I feel bad, I become lesser than I should be, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So look around you and be careful about the people you bring into your space. Be quick to communicate your boundaries, the things you want and the things you do not want. Be open to other people's boundaries. Respect the spirit. Remember, it is treat others the way you would want them to treat you. Teach your children boundaries and let them understand how to apply this, respecting others. But listen, it has to start from home. So if it is a boundary that you come home at this time, let them understand it and teach them to respect it. They get to that point where they want to disrespect it and all that. That is even where you need to stand firm. You can give allowances here and there, but then you stand firm and say, I can shift to this time because you're this age, but this I will not allow because it's totally unacceptable. I was speaking with someone and she told me it is a law, a rule. Like the kids, they know it. The kids are grown, they're in their 20s, but they know it, that supper, everybody comes home, you eat and then you can go wherever you want to go. But it's a law. It's been there. It won't be broken. Okay, I mean, it can be shifted when they travel and all that. Maybe mom is not around, dad is not around. But when everybody's in the same city, wherever you are, when it's time for supper, you hurry back home, we all eat together and you go wherever you want to go. I may not have that kind of boundary. You may not have that kind of boundary, but there are boundaries, like I said, you need to place and respect for yourself and make every other person respect it. It is so essential. And we must keep at it so that we grow a community of people that are respectful and responsible. Another thing I want to quickly attend to is the fact that I've heard parents say, I want to give my children all that I didn't have. That is beautiful. I want to give my children all that they need. It's beautiful. I can't give them all that I didn't have. What if that means spoiling them? What if that means giving them beyond what is necessary? Why don't we, and hardly have I heard parents say, I want to teach my children all I wasn't taught. I think that is a good position. It's the same coin but different side. Why don't we teach our children respect, financial management that we weren't taught? The things we weren't taught. Project management, self-respect, decorum. Spirituality. Most of us were raised in religion and not in spiritualness. It's two different things. Why don't we teach our children? And I think that is what we should teach. Teach our children how to set boundaries and how to respect them. Teach our children the things we weren't taught so that they can be better people to the end. When you give them all that they need, it will wear out. I remember way back then I bought my boys a toy car, battery charged and all that. They drove on the streets. I mean, not on the highway, on the streets. So we charge the batteries and we give them the car and they feel good. They are driving a car, whatever car they choose to call it. It was beautiful. You could sit two people. I see the same car, a better version these days, but the car is not there. It's gone. It's old. I mean, that brand is one, they've outgrown it. Two, it's old. If it was here, they won't probably use it. I think there are better models where you actually put a key and start. This was battery and you press a button and it moves. Now we gave them those, assuming we give them many more. They've outgrown it. Those things are worn out. It's not worth it. So we gave them those things without teaching them the values that they needed. It would be useless. So I am saying, teach our children values, because they will need those as they grow up in life. Do not only teach them values, stand your ground when you have to, because children, they will come and challenge those same values you have taught them. And the best way to teach those values is you living them yourself. Honestly, you are doing a great job. As a person, as a parent, you're doing a great job. And I respect you. I love my heart for you. I know what it takes to be both a parent and a person, because I'm both a parent and a person. So I understand this. And I want you to know that wherever you are at, it's not too late. We can set boundaries for ourselves. I have people who I've communicated my boundaries to them and they feel she's a lot. They walk away. I respect them. I love you with all of my heart. I love you from afar. If you have to do that to some people, please, by all means. And if there are people who would respect you and accept your values and keep you and you respect them, please bring them in. Remember, relationships are in levels. Don't open yourself up to vulnerability. Teach your children how to create values, not to open themselves up to vulnerability. And we will all grow a community one day at a time, becoming a better person. Thank you for having me greet your screen. Please like, share, subscribe this video. Let's share one help at a time, one community at a time. Share this video, and that is how we will do that. I'm going to do it. I love you and thank you so much. See you in my next video. Stay blessed.